What's going on? Conner Rueca here. I still do not have a name, but this is our third podcast. We're going to call it the Conner Rueca Show for this episode. This is going to be a fast 30-minute fireside chat with Brent Daniels, but we're always going to bring on high-level operators. You guys already know we don't do the fluff. We don't do the long bios. We're here to educate, implement, and leave listeners with clear action steps they can use today, and most importantly, be actually excited about implementing. Every guest you guys will see on here, I'm going to filter them out, make sure that they are actual real players and that everyone is already winning. So that's why we skipped the origin story. I'm sure you guys all know Brent Daniels. If you guys are watching this, you guys can watch his origin story all over YouTube, social media. But we're just going to jump straight into the good stuff. This episode, guys, is actually super special for me. I'm going to tell some history. When I was 18 years old, I'm 22 now. 4 years ago, I had joined Brent Daniels' mentorship. His acquisition manager, Ryan, was the one that actually helped me sign up with Brent Daniels. And he says, this guy is the Michael Jordan of coaching for wholesaling. And guys, I had never seen Brent Daniels' face like until 30 minutes before this conversation I had with Ryan. But I took the risk, invested in myself, invested into Brent. And 4 years later, we do not run a wholesale acquisitions business right now, but we did do 100 plus deals. We did 100K within 8 months in the business, and I have a lot of gratitude to this guy, and also all my family are very thankful for Brent Daniels and his mentorship and his team. So I'm super hyped for this conversation because I'm still learning. I'm still super young. Brent Daniels has a lot to share, and I'm going to be a little bit selfish and ask some questions that I need to know and that I need to hear. For everyone who may not know you at such a deep level, tell us what you do for real estate investors and what makes you a light, such a bright light in this industry.
Thank you, Conner. It's been an honor to be part of your journey over the last 4 years and to be part of you and in effect your brother's lives. You guys are incredible. I'm excited to see what you guys do in the future. But whenever you hear a podcast, whenever you're watching YouTube, whenever you're reading a book, I think you have to filter out, is this education, is this entertainment, or is this instruction? And it took me a long time to figure that out, to really look for and filter through all of the different material and find the instruction. Like, what can I implement right now? What can I go out and actually use to increase my value to the marketplace? And I think that that's what I do. To answer your question, what do I do for real estate investors is I have been given the opportunity and the platform to give people instruction, to say, hey, listen, if you go do this, you cannot lose. And the fundamental, the platform that I stand on is basically talk to people, right? As long as you're having quality conversations, you will win. 90% of any kind of business problem or income problem that entrepreneurs have is because they're not talking to enough people. And so that's really the basis of everything that I teach, is just making sure that people have the confidence to go out there and consistently be loud about their business and talk to enough people to accomplish their goals.
I love it. Guys, in this conversation, I'm probably going to have Brent Daniels a couple of times. I'm going to pull his ear and be like, hey, I need you to come back on with me, please. But this one, we're going to talk about team building, guys. Brent Daniels has 2 businesses that I know of. He does coaching. He has his own operation. And what I've seen is the team members under him actually run both of the businesses with him. So it's super cool, and I want him to jump into it. So Brent, thank you for coming on. Guys, let's have a great conversation. I want you to take notes. If this is valuable to you or to anyone else, please send it to them. The first thing I want to talk about is, Brent, you've done something incredible that's very hard to figure out. And you've built a team that actually is better than you from what I've seen in the day-to-day operations in multiple businesses. What does an operator have to understand or let go of to lead a team at that kind of level?
First of all, to be able to be in that position, you have to bring to the table is risk, right? You're risking your capital, you're risking your experience, you're risking your time. So if you don't have any of those things and you're hiring people, it's not the right move. You're not ready for it yet. You're not ready to be a leader because you're not bringing anything to the table. And so I see a lot of times in real estate and in a lot of different industries that try to recruit people as a commission-only situation. And I think that that's a big mistake until you can earn that right to be able to put yourself in that position. So if you hire the absolute best people, I'm talking like top shelf, A plus tier people, you got to give them a nice healthy base, first of all. And you have to put them in a position where they can win. I think that that's the biggest superpower that I have as an entrepreneur, is just making sure that I find the right people that want to win, and making sure that they have all the opportunity that I can give them to be able to do that. So, it's not rocket science. You find people that are better at different parts of the business than you. You break down your business into each segment of the whole process, from the start of finding a client, finding in real estate, finding a seller, and then having a quality conversation, moving them through the process of, actually putting somebody under contract and getting a commitment from them, and then moving forward and deciding what you want to do to squeeze the most out of every single deal. So you just break down your process in your business, and you find people that are better than you at each part of the process. And so, as long as you have the capital to be able to do that, the experience to be able to find the right people, you're going to have a really successful business that'll run without you.
Completely. And I think something I want to touch on is, you said that you want to give all the resources to the people that you're empowering so that they can be best capable or most capable to do their job. I think that's insane. As I've been scaling closer control, I'm trying to figure out every day, how can this person do this task faster, better, with more quality? And sometimes it's just, what resources do I need to give them so that they can get the job done? And that's super important to bring up. Now, Brent, so you mentioned pay structure. Let's say you're gonna hire someone and give them a good base, a solid base with commission. Are you starting them like that, or are they earning their respect in the company? Okay, so they're starting like that.
No, I want to recruit people that already have a job always, Conner, right? I want to hire people that I recruit over for the opportunity. I never want to hire somebody that's in between jobs or just needs a hookup. I did that for years and years and years. And I thought, you know what? I can train them. I can put them in really good positions to be successful. But at the end of the day, if you want to find the best talent, they already have jobs. They're already doing something. They're already winners. So to recruit winners, you have to have a better opportunity for them. And you have to at least match what they're making, if not more. And so to really take your business to the next level, you have to be okay risking giving people a base. And for the most part, Conner, I don't do much training. They either know what they're supposed to do or they don't. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to sales. Like you were saying, you want to get people to be better at AI or be better at whatever part of your business that you want them to be, but they should be coming in teaching you. That's when you have the right hire. They're teaching you things that you didn't even know. I've got all these guys. So I've actually got 4 businesses, Conner, and one of them is a marketing company that does Google ads. And these guys, I mean, we're looking for people that have new ideas. They can peer around corners. They have the experience. We're looking for those type of guys. We don't want to bring people in that we go, okay, we're going to now train you exactly how to do this thing. And then it just slows up the process. And so to be able to do that, you have to be able to pay people for sure.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so something that I see a lot is when people are transferring responsibility, sometimes quality is lost or quality is decreased. Does that mean you don't really deal with that because you're hiring at such a high level, or does that still happen at that level?
It just depends on how much of your business is long-term relationships and how much of it is transactional. A lot of the business that I do in the real estate world, in the wholesaling and flipping and that, is very transactional. So there's not a huge referral base that I have to, keep really close relationships with. And so because there's so much, turnover on the different clientele, somebody's going to shadow me. We're going to go out there. We're going to, go on appointments, and they're going to figure it out, and then they're off and running. And so it just depends on what kind of business you have. Now, if you have a business that you're going to keep people in a subscription based and get paid over and over and over, it depends on if you got those people from your personality. They want to be homies with you. They want to hang out with you. They want to be around you. And if that's the case, great, stay in that role. But the people that you bring on are going to have to do that with the new clients that are coming on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fire. What's one internal system or process that you probably don't talk about that much publicly, but it's absolutely foundational to your real estate business and keeping it to run smoothly as you are maybe training, hiring, maybe helping someone get better? What is one internal system or process? So it could be a software, it could be a resource that you're giving them, or it could be a way that you train them. What's something that you don't usually talk about publicly that really, really helps the business keep running smoothly?
In the real estate business, there's nothing that's not. We have a Follow Up Boss as a CRM. We've got these guys running Google. So from a process standpoint, I mean, the team meetings are pretty normal things. We do that twice a week. But I think in the team meetings on Fridays that we do, we take a moment before we start and we just go around the room and around the meeting and just talk about something that we're grateful for that week. And I think being able to say something that you're grateful for and being in a comfortable situation to be open about that, I think is a rare thing in a lot of cases. And people can be vulnerable. People can be excited. People can be, have some tough times, but look at the silver lining in it. And I think if you're looking at what destroys fear and anxiety in a business, it is gratitude. And so I think that that's really, really important. And that was something that I grew up with. Every day at the dinner table, we would go around and just say, what's something that we're thankful for that day? And so that's always kind of been in my DNA and in my company's DNA. And I think it's important to be able to do that. So there's not, I mean, anybody can find a system in a software that really works for their business, but are people real? Do you understand what's going on in their life outside of just the work conversation? I think that's really important.
I think that is in our company something that we do, Brent, every single day. We're on Zoom. We have a lot of Filipino VAs, so like it's not much in person like your company. Because I was there to experience that one Friday, Brent, and that was super powerful because it was like 25 people, it was students, your marketing team, your acquisitions and disposition team. You guys, we were all in one room, and we did say a gratitude, and it felt good.
Yeah.
That's what it felt very real, like you're talking about. And something that we do every single morning is everyone jumps on 7 a.m. We do three things. We do an icebreaker question. What's the superpower you would have if you had a superpower? What's your favorite food if you could only eat it one time for the rest of your life? Stuff like that. Yeah. Then we go into prayer, and then we do like a virtual exercise. And we do that every single day. And that is like super powerful within itself because, it makes it feel more like a family rather than a job. So is that what you're trying to emulate? You're trying to emulate like a family environment?
Yeah, I just want people comfortable. You know what I mean? If people are comfortable, they're going to be honest with you. And if they're honest with you, then you can find out, the strengths and weaknesses in your company that maybe you're overlooking. I mean, every business owner overlooks things. And so it fosters an environment of transparency, I think.
What are the accountability loops you have within your team? Is everyone reporting to you? Is there structure to it?
Yeah, so we have an end of day report in EOD. And so everybody puts in what they did that day, who they talked to, how many hours that it took them to talk to those people, how many appointments they went on, what are the results of those appointments. And that all gets sent to Jackie, who essentially is my COO, and she keeps all that organized and then puts it in a report for our Friday meetings.
Do you guys have any short-term rewards?
No.
Maybe weekly, monthly? Nothing.
Checks.
It's all
checks baby. You know what I mean? Like we're in real estate. I mean, listen, there's been times when we've had, yearly goals and we go on a trip together. There's been times where we've had some financial bonuses, but I find that it doesn't really move the needle. The best 2 years that we've had are the last 2 years, and we didn't have any bonuses. We didn't have any trips. We didn't have any of those things. I mean, it's good to do those things, and I think that that's exciting and fun. And I think when you look back on your life, you look back at those pictures and you look back at those moments, and you're like, that was really amazing. But I don't look back on it, Conner, and I go, oh my gosh, we made $2.5 million and we hit the goal, and that's why we went on the trip. When we go on a trip, Conner, we don't even talk business once. Not a single conversation about business. We're just screwing around. We're just having a good time. We're just bonding and connecting and playing, games and running around, just enjoying our life, And so I think that at least that's for me. Now, there's way better business people in the world that are probably way more focused and way more aggressive with their, ambitions and goals and all those things. And maybe business is everything to them. That's just not how I am. That's just not how the people in my company are. Maybe that's a shortcoming, but I think that at the end of the day, I get to work around my best friends, my family, people that I really respect, people that really care about the company and really care about building it. And that feels good. Could the bottom line be higher? Sure. Could it be in the future? Sure. Who knows? We'll see. But at this point, you could make a I make a really good income, and I get to just have a great time.
I totally relate to that. Me and the brothers on a Saturday when, we're shooting content, still working, but like we go to like a nice resort. We shoot content with each other. We fly out. One week we flew out our operator and also our marketing manager into where we were at, and we didn't talk much business, but it was just so fun, and it was a lot. It created a lot of energy to go into November, which was the next month we were going into, and it's awesome. And Brent, I want to we our businesses relate in the way that we work with family.
Yep.
Okay, I know you work with best friends that were back from, it might have been high school and college. You can correct me on that.
Junior
And you
high,
also
junior
junior high.
high,
So that's
college.
middle
Yeah.
school. And then at the same time, you also work with your mom and dad.
Yep.
I know I've seen them in the office before. Also, some of your guys in the operation, some of their family members are in the business, whether it's husband, I think it is two husband wives or something like
Yep.
that. That's awesome. Same with my business. My business is all my brothers. We're trying to bring my mom into the business. We're trying to retire her by the end of this year. She's working a 9 to 5. We want her to work in our operation. We know she can make us more money. We're going to keep doing that. Like, we really want to create like a mafia type feel where like everyone in the family is working towards the same goal and everyone is valued. How come you took that route, Brent?
I didn't. They just wanted to work with me, and I'm just a magnet for that. You know what I mean? When there's opportunity, like the people that I hang out, in my opinion, just the most incredible personalities. And that's not like a
Yeah.
humble brag on myself. I just feel like these people are absolutely incredible. And so when the opportunity comes up for certain roles in the business, and I talk to them and they're interested in it, that's like the perfect marriage of friendship and business, and they get to come in and we get to work together and spend time together. At the end of this thing, again, it's who are you spending time with? Who are you living with? If you get to win, nothing's more exciting than winning with friends and family. Nothing.
Yep.
Now, nothing's as scary as losing everything when you have your friends and family. So there is the double-sided there where there's responsibility, but they know that. They know that going in, and I think if you can win together and lose together and figure it all out and still stay friends, it's incredible. And my family's just stuck with me, like you. You know what I mean? What are they going to do? Get rid of me? They're not going to get rid of me. But my parents, listen, they're retired. They're just screwing around. They're just doing the books, and my dad just
All
makes
right.
sure that I don't spend too much money and be stupid with it, and that's it. So my parents aren't really involved in any of the day-to-day stuff, but they're great supporters, and I think that that's important.
What are you doing in maybe behind closed doors? Because what you're doing is you're creating a buy-in, right? Your family is looking at you like, oh my goodness, like we should be working with Brent. We should be working with Connor. You're creating a buy-in at all times. What are you doing behind closed doors or maybe even just in front of them? What are you saying? Are you always motivating them? What are you doing to create that buy-in that's like always there and is always getting bigger and bigger?
Well, two things,
Yep.
Connor. Enthusiasm, and some people can call that conviction. Same thing, right? Make a bunch of money. Be successful. If you're successful,
Yep.
people are going to want to work with you. They're like, "Holy cow, what are you up to?" And you tell them what you're up to. And if you're excited about it and you really enjoy what you do, they're going to want to be a part of it. Listen, enthusiasm is like the most underrated business skill that you can have. It really is.
Right.
If you get excited about something and fired up and you're waking up early before the alarm gets out, you're just on fire. You know what I mean? Your brain's running. We got these crazy brains, right, Connor? I mean, these aren't just normal 9 to 5, punch in, punch out, live my life, get a paycheck just to get by and do what we want. We want to go out there and do something big. We want to go out there and serve a big marketplace. And that's the whole equation, right? Your income, your active income is equal to the amount of value you provide to the community, to the marketplace. And so we just have these crazy brains. So when you have that and you are doing well and you've gone through all the failures and you've gone through the tough times and you've made some money and you've lost some money and you've gone through all these lessons, and now you're at a place where you've got stability and the wind is behind your sails, and you're able to build a real business. That's the behind the scenes. People are like, wow, you are like, do you know how boring business is for most people? Do you know how boring jobs are for most people? You know how many managers are just boring at these jobs? They don't care about these big corporate jobs. They don't care about, I've got police officers working. Ryan, who's my acquisition manager, was a police officer for 12 years. That's like one of the toughest jobs in the world. This, what he's doing now, going to people's house and negotiating real estate deals, that's nothing. He loves it. He's like living the best life. And so,
And I think he has an MBA. He has an MBA as well, right?
yeah.
He has a master's in business.
Yeah. I mean, Joshua was in the Air Force, my other acquisition manager. Jeremy Thornburg, who I work with and have worked with forever, was in the NFL and then an entrepreneur after that and came into the business for a long time. If you have enthusiasm, if you have energy, you don't have to be like this, like boss man that's like, this real strict disciplinarian type of weird vibe ego trip. That's over. Those days are like Industrial Revolution echoes. That's just gross. Nobody likes that. People want to be around people that are having fun, have enthusiasm, have conviction of what they're doing, have a vision for what they're doing. And that's what recruits it, Conner. If you're talking about, how do you get, A talent, how do you recruit them? How do you keep them? How do you take them to the next level? That's how you do it. Have a great plan, have some energy behind it, and actually get up in the morning and do something. And so that's the biggest thing. Don't just be the guy that shows up, once a week and just kind of, screams at everybody. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Were you always enthusiastic, or is that something that you needed to train?
You know what? Early on, I think you have to have a certain level of confidence in what you're doing. There's a big learning curve in any kind of business. And so when you're uncertain, you can kind of fake it a little bit, but it's not something that just naturally pours out of you. It's not something that's like, you get those strong vibrations of it, It's more of like a learning and an understanding and a watching and seeing and like absorbing more, right? But at some point, you have to like really be focused on the stuff that you're confident at and block all the other stuff out. And that's when you start putting out that energy and putting out those things. And that's how you become a magnet. But I don't think in the beginning you should. I think you should be learning. I think you should be humbling. We all go through hustle season. But it is a season. It's not a lifestyle. And so the people that are smart understand that and build real businesses. But you do have to talk to way more people than you think. You do have to work way longer than you think. You do have to lose money and pay the stupid tax way more than you think. That's why there's the top 1%. There's the top 5% income earners. Those are the people that are willing to do that. And they get rewarded for taking that risk.
Okay, let's say there's a business owner and he's pretty enthusiastic, but like the week has just been extremely hard.
Sure.
Maybe he had to put out tons of fires, had to talk to a lot of people, a lot of frustrating moments. Nothing's going his way at the moment. And he has to talk to his team, or maybe he's doing one-on-ones with his team. Let's say they're doing one-on-ones. What has to go through this guy's mind to make sure that he doesn't tear it down after all, besides all the noise that's happening? Because as we both know, like we create the energy in the business, the way that us leaders act, what we say, what we're doing, our actions, that is what emulates through other people. That's what empowers other people to get the job done, to also act in the same way. So what does someone like in that situation, what does he need to do either before going into that talk?
Yeah.
Or how does he just need to be?
Well, first of all, you have to understand everything is your fault. It's not your team's fault. It's not the sales guy's fault. It's not the marketing's fault. It's not the market's fault. It's nobody else's fault but your fault. It's your fault, right? So if you understand that, then you have to take self-reflection and you go, okay, what did I learn from this? How do I adjust here? And can I support the business model that I currently have? And it changes all the time. It changes all the time, right? The business model changes. The technology changes everything. Advancements change everything. Regulations change everything. There's so much change that is involved in being a business owner, right? That's what's exciting about it. You know what I mean? It's never boring. So you have to have a tremendous amount of self-reflection to go, okay, what did I learn? How do I make sure that I make the adjustments? Do I need all these people? Is this business model that I want to continue to do in my life? And at the end of the day, I always felt like this weird guilt. If I changed something, or if I shut down a business, or if I were to, somebody I didn't really need on the team anymore, I kept them around because I felt responsible for them. That is a tough thing to learn, that people's lives go on, man. If there is no business, if your expenses are too high and there is no business, everybody loses. So you have to make really tough decisions. And those tough decisions, and it's all your fault. So not only do you have to take the blame for it, there's tough decisions that you have to make. So you have to understand if your business model is the right business model. And if it is the right business model and you have the right people and you take the blame, then you can direct them in the right spot. And so then you can still have that energy and enthusiasm. The tough part, Conner, and I think you felt this because you realize, you know what, I'm going to go all in CRM and the AI and all these things that I'm building over here. I'm going to shut down the real estate side, right?
Yep.
That's something that you go, you know what, this business model doesn't serve me anymore. I got to put my focus and attention over here, right? And those are the decisions that you make, and you have to live with those decisions. And you're the only person that can take the blame is you. Now, people can screw up and people can do the wrong things, and you can catch them for that and act accordingly. But for the most part, if your team's not performing, it's your fault, unless you're getting robbed or something. You know what I mean? Which happens, but yeah.
Yeah. If you're being a charity. Yeah, accountability, self-reflection, that's huge. This actually leads into like the biggest question that I have of this talk. I'm getting a second chance right now to lead my brothers. It was a time around a year and a half ago when I was leading wholesaling business. I didn't do the best. I actually took a step out as like a family decision. Conner needs to take a step out. Let us run the business. We'll do it better than if you're leading us, Conner. And that's just accountability between us. I'm getting a second chance right now. And one of the biggest lessons that I learned from the first time was I can't react so fast, right? If something is not done right, I can't react right then and there and try to solve the problem. I need to really just take a step back and see how they react to it being wrong. And we've only been under this one roof in terms of business, guys, for a month, and we had our best month last month. And I was like, oh my goodness, okay, yes, all of us brothers are now under one roof. We should be making more money. But it wasn't even in terms of cash collected revenue. It was clients acquired. We jumped from 15 clients acquired in October to 24 last month. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I want you guys to know I didn't react fast all of November. And I was like, okay, cool. Lesson learned. That's a huge one. Brent, I'm asking this question because I want to know, what's the biggest mistake or one of the biggest mistakes you made as a leader before?
Not firing somebody fast enough. Hiring somebody that was not the right fit and letting them convince me that they were the right fit. And that's happened several times. I mean, that's the biggest thing for sure. Because you take some time to make a decision on who you bring into your family, into your business, and you want it to be the right decision. You want it to take the business to the next level. And there's something in your gut. And you know what the problem is, Conner? My mom always knows. My mom knows day one, like, don't hire him. I'm like, Mom, this guy's like the best of the best. This guy's resume is insane. She's like, don't hire him. So now everything we run by my mom. She has to talk to him first before we hire. She's like our little oracle or whatever. But yeah, that's the biggest thing, is hiring the wrong people and not getting rid of them fast enough. That'll destroy the morale. It doesn't necessarily destroy the business, but it'll be a big problem. And then all of a sudden, some of these people start gaslighting other people and making other people feel like they're the problem and they could do their job better if this person was doing their job better. It's a nightmare. It's gross. It's disgusting. It slows down the whole business. So that is the biggest thing, Conner. The other thing, honestly, just from a personal standpoint, I didn't take enough money home for a lot of years. I was under the impression that, I'll just set this I'll just make 5,000. I'll just take 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month out of the business, and then I'll put the rest back into the business. That only works if you sell your business one day. If you have a non-saleable business, which means it is something that runs without you, it's got incredible margins. It's something that is on the upswing when it comes to the different businesses that people are interested in. If you're doing that and you're investing back in your business, totally get it. Real estate, like owning a real estate brokerage or flipping houses or wholesaling, nobody's going to buy your business. Come on. That's ridiculous. Nobody's going to buy that business that I have. That's a cash machine that I use to put into other assets. So a lot of people, you have to look at it and you go, okay, building a lifestyle business, or am I building a business that I'm going to have an exit one day? And I think you need to make that choice early on. You need to really understand what the goal is for it. And if you're going to build something that you're going to sell, great. It's probably not going to be the lifestyle business that some other people have. So just know that. Invest in that business, build it up as an asset, and then sell it for a multiple, get your millions, and boom, you're in a great spot. But if you're in a position where nobody's going to buy your business,
take it home.
Take all the money home, Conner. Take it all. Squeeze that thing for everything it's got. Because a lot of people don't realize it. At the end of the year, guess what? Your LLC is a pass-through. That means that money that's in the account that shows profit at the end of the year is your personal income, and the government's going to tax you on it. They're going to tax you on that profit personally. That's how LLCs work, okay? And so you might as well take it home. And the other thing is now at this point, because it's one of those games that we play, Conner, it's called hide the tax bill. Where you make all the money, you do the owner draws, you kind of put the money away from taxes in a savings account or here and there, and then you pay it all. You extend your tax filing to October, and to keep cash flow going and all these other things. And then you have a big tax bill, and it takes all your savings or all the money out of your account, and then you're like, oh, geez, I didn't plan for that or whatever else. So I just W-2 myself. And get the taxes taken out at that point, or at least for my personal income. I'll take bonuses and stuff, but bonuses get taxed at a ridiculous amount. And so, just make sure that you understand that you have to pay taxes, and you account for that, and you don't stifle the growth of your business because you don't want to pay as much taxes. That's the dumbest thing in the world. Go bananas. Like, I want everybody listening and watching this to pay at least $1 million a year in taxes. Go do that. Go challenge yourself to make that much money that you pay $1 million in taxes.
Yeah, if you're paying taxes, it means you're making money.
That's it.
Listen,
what I mean? It's the rent that we pay to live in this country. I mean, that is what it is. Yep. And the way that this works is the more money you make, the higher your tax bracket. You can do certain things to try to reduce your taxes, but most of it is silly. And most of it doesn't work, and most of it destroys people.
Thank you for sharing. That's actually some lessons as a leader that I'm learning right now. So that's a good reminder. You won't believe it. When I was wholesaling a couple years ago, me and Alec, we take $1,000 from every deal.
Right.
And it was horrible. Ridiculous. I don't know why we did it. We should have taken way more. A $65K deal that we closed, we took $1K, kept the rest in the business. And then we were like, wait, where did it all go after like 9 to 12 months later? And went to the business.
Yeah, well, that's a financial thermostat thing too, Conner. Real quick, people need to understand, where's your financial thermostat set? Because if you hang out with people that do way more than you, your financial thermostat's going to be way higher. But if your family wasn't balling out from the age of that you were born to 12 years old, if your family wasn't talking about investing, if they weren't talking about building businesses and money and financial literacy from the time that you were 0 to 12, your financial thermostat is going to be set low. And when you get that big $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 check, it is going to break your brain, and you're going to feel like you don't deserve it, and it's going to literally affect your nervous system. And then you're going to go what most people do, and this is certainly what I did, and you go, oh, well, that's the business's money. That's not my money. And then all of a sudden you find excuses to spend that money because you feel like you don't deserve that money. And then you never end up taking any money home and changing your whole bloodline's, financial future. It's insane. So why not just go ball out, feel like you deserve it, and keep leveling up with the people that you're hanging out with from a financial standpoint? Because like $60,000, $70,000, $100,000 isn't even in the conversation. Yep. For incredible entrepreneurs. They talk in millions, tens of millions, right? It's like you're that little plant. You're like a seed in a little styrofoam cup, and you grow, and then all of a sudden you have to be put into a bigger pot, and then you grow, and then you have to be put into a bigger pot, and then a bigger pot, and then a bigger pot, and then all of a sudden you're this giant redwood frickin' tree, and you can't get there if you stay in that tiny little pot. That's the facts. You have to keep repotting yourself, and the way you repot yourself is with people that are doing more than you.
I love it. Guys, we're going to end this. Thank you so much, Brent. For everyone who wants to know you deeper, learn more about you, see where they can get help from you, where can they reach out to you?
YouTube. Yeah, go check me out on YouTube. Brent Daniels on YouTube. And yeah, just jump in the comments there. We're in there all the time. And if you are interested in learning about real estate and learning about finding the best deals, love to show you. Go to YouTube.
Amazing. Genuinely, Brent, I am super grateful for this. I'm going to rewatch this multiple times. I'm also going to tell my brothers, hey, watch this as well. I was able to pick Brent's brain very well. So I'm super glad, super grateful. You've influenced me, influenced the brothers, influenced so many people out there. Please keep doing it.
Thanks, Conner.
Thank you, Brent. Have a good rest of your night, guys. Thank you for joining us. Please send it to a friend, rewatch it, take notes. We're going to be here again.